If you want to preserve your mental sanity and your mental health, please don't join the dating scene. It's ghetto out here. At first, I was gonna say the dating scene is trash for us young people, but nah, it's trash for everyone at this point. No one is safe. And don't let social media fool you with all of those aesthetic pictures and people are like, oh my god, couple goals. 9 times out of 10, those pictures are faked, the relationships are fake, everything is staged, or that man is outside embarrassing his girl or cheating on her, or they're not even happy in the relationship. And obviously I know that women cheat too, however, men cheat more, period. Go argue with your mama. But this video is not gonna be me just complaining about men, which I can easily do, but I won't do. We are going to discuss why the dating scene is so trash right now. Because I myself want to know why the dating scene is this trash. And I'm sure you do too if you're watching this video. The journey of finding love and fostering a genuine connection with someone feels damn near impossible in this day and age. So let's discuss exactly why it's like this and let's get into this mess.
The guy won't be superstar. Fast.
It seems like everyone is a magician nowadays. One second they're here, the next second they're gone. It's like they never existed or they fell off the face of the earth. Okay, but picture this. Let's say you went on a date, it went super well. You guys had great chemistry, you could feel a connection between you guys. You guys shared a lot of laughs, and you guys even made plans for a future date or for your future possibly. And then suddenly your date pulls the Houdini. No calls, no text messages, no voicemails, no contact, literally just radio silence. And you never hear from them again. Well, this is a common issue with dating and it's called ghosting. But let me rewind and give you guys a formal definition of what ghosting is. So ghosting is a term used in modern dating and communication to describe a situation where one person suddenly and without explanation cuts off all contact with another person they were previously talking to, dating, or romantically involved with. This typically occurs in the context of online dating, texting, or even in-person relationship. But I find it's more common with online relationships only because you never really met them and it's easier to cut them off if you haven't met them or if you don't see them all the time. So when another person ghosted someone, they're basically just disappearing from their life completely and it's like they've become a ghost, hence the term ghosting. And there's many reasons why people ghost. People have their own justifications for this. One reason why people ghost is that they just hate confrontation and they don't want to confront their feelings. Some people just find it extremely challenging to have difficult conversations with other people, so then they go ghost. Or also maybe the person has lost interest in the other person and instead of just being honest and saying, hey, I don't really like you like that anymore, then they just go ghost. They might think they're saving that person's feelings by not saying that they don't want them, but ghosting is way worse. If you're just honest and say, hey,
I thought we had something, but I don't really feel that connection anymore,
I'm sure that person will be upset, but they will most likely prefer that than to prefer never hearing from you ever again. Or they are extremely busy or overwhelmed with what's going on in their life. Maybe they have a lot of demands. Maybe their job is kicking their ass right now. They have also their commitments to their families, their friends, and everything else. But obviously these are not the only reasons why people go ghost. There's a lot of other reasons why people go ghost. It just depends on that person. And also, I don't care to go through every single reason why someone might ghost, because in the end of the day, ghosting is wrong and it's just inconsiderate. Ghosting can be really hurtful and actually cause emotional distress for the person who's being ghosted because they're left with no closure. They don't even know why that person just stopped talking to them. So that person's now left trying to find closure and they're going crazy or overthinking all of the things they said because they're like,
why is this person not replying? Why is this person not talking to me? Like, did I offend them?
Like your mind goes crazy trying to think of the reasons why that person ghosted you. And people know that ghosting is rude. People know that, trust me. But a lot of people still do it because they just don't care. And in the name of being transparent, I will be honest, I have ghosted before. So sue me. Honestly, I feel like everyone has ghosted or been ghosted at this point in life because social media and everything is very easy to go ghost and just to ghost someone. But it's okay because I've changed. Like if I'm not feeling it, I'm gonna just be like, hey, like sorry, I'm not feeling it. We can be friends, da 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 da. Oh, Is that a fucking... I just saw a spider web in my room, so ew. But anyway, since I have changed, change is possible, guys. If I can change, then you can change too. Stop ghosting people today. But the only time I really ghost now, which I don't really consider ghosting in my opinion, the only time that I ghost is like, let's say I'm out and about, a man asks me for my number, he's like, hey, you know, what's up, can I get your number? Then like, I always give out my number because you never know how these men will react. Like, if I'm being honest, you really never know. I've seen so many stories of men getting violent at girls rejecting them. So I just always give it out. Afterwards, I just like block them or ignore them. So that's not really ghosting in my opinion. I just thought I would mention that because I actually saw a TikTok video yesterday and it really broke my heart. And like when I was writing the script for this video, I wanted to include this video in it because basically this woman, she was walking across the street and this man approached her and he wanted her number or her social media and she wasn't feeling it. And he got mad at that and he literally picked up a brick and hit her with the brick the side of her face. So I'm gonna show the video, not the video of her getting smacked. It's the video she took while she's in the hospital. Basically, she explained the situation and everything, but it's just really sad. But I wanted to include it in this video just because this is really the reality of like dating for women and stuff. I could literally make a whole video on just that topic alone. I just wanted to include her TikTok in this video. So I'm gonna leave a timestamp for when the video is done if you don't want to watch the video, which is understandable. The video is only like 30 seconds long, I think, but I just think it's really important. Yeah, I'm gonna show the video now, but of course I'm gonna leave the timestamp of when the video is done. So if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to watch it.
Have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this? I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men and was like, what you gonna do? And I told all these men, like, yo, why this man got a brick on my face? And he's holding a brick. And all these niggas is watching. And nobody does nothing. And he hits me in my face and then they all just watch. And they let that nigga get in a car. How is this okay? This is what y'all doing to women?
Okay, so I know that video was really upsetting to watch, but it's really just the realities of dating as a woman and just being a woman. So I'm not telling you to always give out your number to men if they approach you. However, that is what I do because I just find that the safest. I just never know how they're gonna react and that's what I just do. But let's just get back to the topic of ghosting because I honestly can make a whole video on the fragility of men's ego. Actually, I might do that because that's a good topic. But anyways, yeah, let's just keep getting into this video. But anyways, I'm sure you have probably been ghosted before and maybe you've ghosted someone else too. But it's very frustrating to get ghosted, especially when you thought you had good chemistry with that person, that you thought you guys had a connection, that you thought you guys could possibly, you know, move forward with your relationship or whatever, and they just disappear. And if you keep getting ghosted, it's literally going to kill your desire to want to put yourself out there and to keep dating and to keep meeting new people. Because if you're like, damn, when everyone's ghosting me, then like maybe there's something wrong with me. But let me assure you, girl, there's nothing wrong with you. When people ghost, it's not a reflection of you, it's just a reflection of themselves. Whatever they got going on, let them do their thing. Don't even try to figure out why they ghosted you. Honestly, you're gonna go crazy trying to do that. Best to just let it go, even though it's hard, and move on.
Let it go, let it go.
And I feel like the best thing to do if you're really getting to that point where your desire to date is just not there, just don't do it. Just take a break from it, relax, focus on yourself. That right one will come for you. And now when I get ghosted, like I actually don't care anymore. Like my faith in men is literally gone. Like it's so bad, but like it's literally gone. At this point, I expect it. I have some funny ghosting stories too as well that make me want to like kill someone. But anyways, I'll tell you like a little funny story about me getting ghosted. So this actually happened last year. So I was just chilling, you know, living my best life, single, free with my friends, just having fun, minding my own business, you know what I mean? This guy approaches me and stuff. He's like, hey, you know, what's up? Like, you good? We engaged in like a light conversation. It was nice. It was cute or whatever. Yeah, and we talked for a bit. So then he asked for my socials and I was like, you know what? Sure, like, you know, he was cute. So I'm like, why not? And we started texting and like the combos were actually going good and I was surprised too. We actually had a lot in common. We were both Nigerian. We had similar humor and we were just vibing off of different things because we had a lot in common. So then I was like, okay, like maybe not all men, but boy, I was wrong. Also, I want to mention too that we did go on a date and it went well as well. Paid for everything as he should, period. So out of nowhere, he just never replied to my last text message that I sent. And as I said, I'm not a double texter. Like I'm not gonna be double texting you like crazy because I'm just like, I don't want to do that. Which I really should work on. Like, I mean, obviously I double text my friends and everything, but if it's like a potential like partner, I'm just like, okay, if we haven't talked long enough, then I'm not gonna double text. But anyways, so you know, just didn't reply, whatever. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll reply tomorrow. Tomorrow came, never replied. Okay, maybe he's gonna reply the next day. That next day came, never replied. I'm like, okay, like, you know, let me give it like one more day. Like maybe he's busy, maybe he's out with his family, you know, we're in school as well. So we're busy, like, okay, it makes sense. So it's been 5 days and no reply. Honestly, I was like, you know what, at this point, it's whatever. We only went on like one date anyway, so I'm gonna keep it pushing. And I was just annoyed though, because I'm like, okay, like I was starting to get like an ounce of faith, and that faith literally just got squashed in like the span of a week. So we love that. We saw each other on social media and everything. Maybe 2 weeks later, I see he posts this picture of him and this beautiful girl. She was stunning. She looked gorgeous. She had a beautiful like sequin dress and everything. Good, and her hair was done really nice. It was like a ginger color. The point is that she looks good. So yeah, he posted a picture of him and her. She was in the front and it was a mirror selfie. She was taking the selfie. The caption read, "Happy birthday to my baby. I love you."
Wake up in the morning, I got murder on my mind.
But I was like, okay, so I guess that's why you did not reply. But anyways, I could go on and on and on about ghosting, but let's just move on for now. Y'all don't know how to talk. If you text me, what are you doing or what are you saying, you're getting blocked immediately. I'm going to click on your name, find the block button, and use it expeditiously. Guys who text me, what are you doing or what are you saying, already give me a bad impression. Because there's a certain type of caliber of men who say that. And these are not the type of guys I'm interested in entertaining at all. And you should not either, sis. You should not. What happened to saying,
Hey, how are you? Good morning. How's your day been? Just want to check up on you.
is all of that foreign now? Like, is all of that just out of the vocabulary of men's mouth? But back to my point on the caliber of men, the ones who are saying, what are you doing or what are you saying, they don't want a relationship. And if you don't want one, then that's cool, go for them. But if you do want one, please just don't. Like, don't bother yourself and don't put yourself through that stress and trauma. And obviously, I gotta say that you can't generalize all of them. Some of them might want one and some of them might not. So obviously you can generalize. Time and time again has shown me that these are the worst type of men to deal with. They will give you no peace and just stress. And if you're looking for that, sure, but that's not what I'm looking for, so I'ma just avoid that completely. And I would like to point out that obviously the guys who say good morning and don't use the term what are you doing or what are you saying will still stress you out. Honestly, we really just can't win. Anyways, the point that I'm trying to get across is that people do not know how to communicate properly. And by people, I mean men. I'm just kidding. Conversing with someone who doesn't know how to talk properly or doesn't know how to keep the conversation going is literally the most annoying thing ever. And it's so easy for conversations to die down quickly because people don't have the skills to keep it going, or they just don't care to put the effort into the conversation. And if these guys do, it's like for a maximum of like 2 to 3 weeks. You know, they pull off their mask and show you who they really are. And trust me, you can only hold a conversation for so long. And if that person is not vibing and not really giving you what you're looking for, you're gonna give up. Sooner they show you that they don't really care about the conversation, just stop talking, because it's just too much work. Like, why would you put yourself through all that stress just to talk to someone who does not want to talk to you? Also, going back to the forbidden phrases that I will immediately block you if you ask me. Why do you guys like to ask the body count? Why? Why is that a concern of yours? Why are you opening your mouth in 2023 to ask a girl what her body count is? Because I will never understand this question and never understand why it matters to guys. Actually, no, I do know why it matters. Guys want a girl with a very low body count because they don't want her to be considered a hoe or to be considered loose. Meanwhile, that man has the body count triple the population of Miami. To me, the question is just very rude and just out of pocket. Like, why are you asking me that? Especially like on the first date or like the first initial conversations. People's body counts are not a reflection of who they are. It's their past, and that's what it is. You can't change your past. And ladies, have you ever been in a situation where one man or maybe even multiple men are trying to guess your body count? If you have, I feel for you. I actually do feel for you, because that's literally the biggest ick you can get, and it's literally the most uncomfortable conversation you can ever be in your life. Anyways, ladies, if you have any stories of a guy giving you the biggest ick ever in your life, please leave it in the comments below, because I'm trying to see something. But anyways, the terrible ways in which you men, okay, let me not make this a hate video towards men, but anyways, the terrible communication that we got going on is the reason why we're not making it past these talking stages. People just need to be upfront and honest about what they want, and also learn how to communicate effectively and be respectful. If you just are looking to get some poom poom, please just make that that very clear in the beginning and don't try to do too much and just lie about it. And likewise, if you want a serious relationship, then, you know, be upfront about it.
Be like, hey, like, you know, not trying to scare you, but like, I do want something that's long term. I don't want no, like, you know, friends with benefits type of thing.
But I guess it's easier said than done because this is just not happening. And the thing is that if you say you want a serious relationship, they get scared like, oh, she wants it with me. Like, no, not you, stink. I'm just saying, like, you know, I want one, not with you, because I have to get to know you, obviously. It's just annoying. But let's just move on for now. We are in a sassy man apocalypse.
So we are in a sassy man apocalypse, so you know. The men going into their soft girl era, these niggas need to tighten the fuck up. Put your big boy pants on. Don't nobody want no soft ass nigga. And that don't mean you gotta be from the trenches. That don't mean you gotta be in the streets or whatever. I need me a man who can make me feel secure in my femininity. I want to feel like I could surrender myself to you. Like you could take full sense of dominancy and I could just fall back and be a pretty bitch. You understand what I'm saying?
And before I get ahead of myself, let me explain exactly what a sassy man apocalypse is, because this is a fairly new term. So, sassy man apocalypse refers to a catchphrase first coined on Twitter and subsequently shared on TikTok. So after the Twitter user Yada Don Dada made a post that read, "We in a sassy man apocalypse," various other TikTokers began sharing videos showing their sassy boyfriends, typically showcasing them displaying feminine or sassy behavior. So these videos were usually captioned victim of the sassy man apocalypse. And this went viral in like July and August 2023, so it's very recent. So this trend is essentially, you know, women just making fun of men and showing like their sassier sides. And it's actually funny, like all the videos are actually hilarious. Like I was dying finding the videos for this video. But to be honest, this term is not a new thing. It's been going on for a very long time, but now we just finally have a name for it. Because when I think of the sassy man apocalypse, I think of man babies. And the term man babies has been around for a very long time. So a man baby is essentially a man who acts like a baby. If he doesn't get his way, he becomes irritable and he becomes annoying to work with. And he thinks that he's always right and he can be angered and upset by basically anything. And if you go on Urban Dictionary, you will find the definition there, and the definition was written in 2010. So as you can see, man babies are not a new thing, and the sassy man apocalypse is essentially a bunch of man babies. So it's not a new thing. But with social media, we have access to so many more people. So when these girls post their boyfriends being sassy, then we're like, oh my God, we're in an epidemic. But realistically, they've been there the whole time. And I know a lot of man babies, so I have a good radar for them, so I can sense them. When I sense them, I'm out of there in 2 seconds, and you should too. But when you're with a man that radiates too much feminine energy, it's gonna make you in turn have to radiate some masculine energy. And if you have no problem with that, okay, that's cool, you know, do you. But like I know some people, including myself, I just want to give out feminine energy. I don't want to give out any masculine energy when I'm with a potential partner. So it's a huge turn off for me. I'm like if you're gonna act like a baby, if you're gonna get all petty just for little stuff, then I'm not doing that with you. And the biggest man baby ever is Future to me. If you don't know Future, he's like a popular American rapper. You probably know his songs. He collaborates with Drake a lot too, but you definitely have heard at least one of his songs. Future is so pressed about Ciara, who is his ex-girlfriend, and her husband, Russell Wilson. And it's actually very funny, but let me just give you guys a backstory if you don't know the situation between Russell Wilson and Ciara and Future. So Future and Ciara, back in 2013 or 2014, they were in a relationship, and they actually were engaged, but it didn't last for a long time. But they also do have a child together, and that child was born in 2014 as well. Their relationship did not last because Future could not keep his stuff in his pants. So after their breakup, both Ciara and Future moved on, well, mostly Ciara. And Ciara went on to marry Russell Wilson, who is a respectable American football player. He's a quarterback. And every time I see Ciara, she's always glowing now. Like she always looks happy, her skin is smooth, everything just looks good. I've never seen her glow the way she's glowing with Russell. Like I've never seen her glow like that when she was with Future. And to top it all off, Russell Wilson stepped up and is a father figure to Future's son, because Future's a deadbeat dad man. But it's Russell who's raising Future's son with Ciara, and they also have 2 more of their own children. And they have a beautiful family. They're doing so well, and I'm so happy for Ciara. Anyways, ever since Ciara got with Russell, Future has been in his feelings, even though he was the one who was acting like a fool and stressing Ciara out. So here's one of the examples of Future being a man baby. So this year in July, Future released a song with Quavo. I think it's called Turn Your Click Up. And there's a lyric where he's basically dissing Russell. So he says, I got it out of the field, F Russell. And this wasn't the first time he has called out or beefed with Russell. And it probably won't be the last time. But of course that line got people talking. They're like, Future, why are you mad that Russell's raising your son? You should be thanking him. Be like, yo.
Thank you so much for raising my son. I know I'm a deadbeat dad, but like, thanks.
Honestly, I'm rooting for Ciara and Russell so much. And they do give me faith in like love, but you know, there's not that much Russells out there, so it is what it is. But anyways, back to the topic of the sassy man apocalypse. When Lori Harvey said that you are the prize, she was not talking about you men. She was talking about us.
Just remember that you're the prize always.
Say that one more time.
Just remember that you are the prize.
Yeah.
Now it seems like men think that they're the prize. It seems nowadays that men want to be chased. And one thing about me, I'm not chasing nobody. Because when a man chases a woman, it's like, okay, you know, he's like persistent, he's like goes after what he wants, he's a go-getter. But if a girl is gonna like chase, if a woman is gonna chase a man, she's seen as desperate and like, oh, she can't get nobody, like she too desperate, da 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 da. Because if a man wants you, he will show that he wants you. And if you have to chase him, it's definitely a turn off. For example, so I was talking to this guy who took interest in me. He's the one who asked for my socials. Let me just make that very clear. So anyways, we were talking da 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 da, but we were only texting, and he would always be like, you never call me, like you just never call me. And I'm like, if you want to talk to me on the phone, you have my number. But then it got to the point where he was like, oh, when are you gonna ask me out on a date? Me ask you? I was like, I'm not doing that. But yeah, I was just very baffled by that. I was like, okay, so this is what these guys want. They want to be getting asked out. It's not gonna be me. We are in an apocalypse right now. It's an epidemic. It's a problem. But for the most part, honestly, I don't recommend. Do not be chasing men. If you wanted to, he would. And if he's interested in you, you would know. Trust me. Just listen to your gut feeling and just move on from it, because there's no reason for you to be asking him out. Okay, but this video would not be complete if I did not talk about how celebrities impact our dating culture and our dating decision, because they absolutely do in positive and in negative ways. Okay, so let's talk about celebrity power couples. So a power couple is a term used to describe a romantic partnership in which both individuals are highly accomplished, influential, and successful in their respective fields or endeavors. So an example of a power couple can be Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, also Jay-Z and Beyonce. And I feel like at one point too, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West were considered like power couples. Either way, they set trends and they inspire millions to emulate their style and even their dating choices, which honestly we really shouldn't be doing, because these people are not perfect. Because we might just see a nice picture of the both of them and be like, wow, like they look really good, they must be so happy, like da 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 da. But in the end of the day, we don't really know what's going on behind closed doors. Yet we let them influence us with our dating choices and our partners that we choose. Because let's talk about Jay-Z and Beyonce just for a quick second. I mean, we all know that like he was cheating for a long time. I guess it depends who you ask now. Some people might still call them couple goals, but I know, you know, back in the day, like they're couple goals. They're the it couple, Bonnie and Clyde. But putting these people up on a pedestal does not do anything for us realistically, because in the end of the day, he was still cheating, and I'm sure they had other issues in their relationship. Comparing ourselves to these people does nothing for us, because they go through the exact same things that we'd be going through, except for the fact that they have money, but that's besides the point. Also, celebrities do influence the way that we date positively, because they can give us examples of red flags that we should be avoiding, and we can make lessons out of their poor choices. So let's talk about Christian Rock and Blueface. I'm sure most of you might have heard of them. If you haven't heard about them, I can give you guys a quick backstory. So Christian Rock and Blueface started dating back in 2020 during the height of the pandemic. Blueface started an OnlyFans reality show called Blue Girls Clubs, and basically a bunch of girls were invited to his mansion to compete for his love. Christian Rock was one of the contestants on the show. She stood out among all the other contestants because of her assertive demeanor and her unwavering affection towards Blueface. While on the show, Christian Rock even got in a fight with Blueface's baby mama, and in the process of that fight, she lost her tooth. So you guys have probably seen that picture circulate around, because it was a really popular picture of her with a missing front tooth. But I guess this is already starting to paint a picture of the type of people that Christian Rock and Blueface are. Anyway, so Christian Rock emerged as the winner of Blueface's reality show, and she was signed to his label after the show ended. For the past 3 years, they've been on and off together, and they have gotten into several disputes, and a lot of them have ended up being legal charges. So actually last year in February, Blueface called out Christian Rock for stealing his car, and she was also arrested in Oklahoma for drug possession while she was in Blueface's car. So Blueface even shared conversations between him and Christian Rock on his social media, showing that he didn't know that she was the one who broke into his house and stole his car until she apparently wrote, "I love you, Blue," with blood, and then she signed it on his wall. So honestly, I cannot make this up. I don't know how true it is, if he was faking it, but we don't really know. At this point, I don't put anything above these people, so as you can see, their relationship is very unhealthy and they bring out the worst in each other. I believe she gave birth yesterday, so that would have been September 4th. Now they have a baby boy together, so I don't know how that's gonna play out for them. I hope everything works out, but time will tell. But anyways, I lose brain cells when I talk about Christian Rock and Blueface, but I just wanted to bring them up in this video because they have a big impact on dating culture right now. But I would like to believe that most of us look at Christian Rock and Blueface and realize how toxic and how unhealthy they are. But however, there's a lot of young people on social media. As we know, young people are very impressionable. So, you know, some of them could keep seeing Christian Rock and Blueface. You'd be like, wow, like, is this what love is? Christian Rock and Blueface are still being pushed out. The blogs keep posting about them, so like they're very much relevant right now. So, you know, some young people can take that and be like, oh, like, I guess this is how dating is. But it's not. Let me tell you, it is not. But it's clear that celebrities play a multifaceted and influential role in our romantic lives. These stars, with their spotlight and their status, have the ability to set trends, redefine expectations, and ignite discussions about the dating culture and romance in general. And all of the celebrities that I have mentioned in this video have done that. I could really make a whole video on each couple, but let's just keep on moving. Okay, next I want to talk about if there's too many fish in the sea. And I'm going to say yes to that question, but let me explain first. With countless dating apps at our fingertips, we have so many options out there. We may think that having so many options is a good thing, but I don't think it's a good thing. Like we're spending more time swiping rather than actually taking the time to connect with people and get to actually know them. And obviously it's very important to have multiple options because you don't want to put all of your eggs in one basket. You can see certain things in people that you like, and then you can also see certain things in other people that you like, and then it's like, okay, how am I supposed to choose when I have like 10 options to choose from? Choosing a potential partner, you know, can be stressful because you don't want to make a mistake and you don't want to waste your time. And since we have so many options, it can lead us to have unrealistic expectations of our ideal partner. And I mostly blame social media for this because when you go on social media, you're constantly seeing people who are really attractive or who are really wealthy. They own a business, they have a really good job, they drive a nice car, you know, basically they have their whole ish together. And then we see that and we're like, oh, that's what we want. And obviously people like that do exist. 9 times out of 10 when you go to like your local grocery store, you're not gonna see that. At least I don't see that. So the question is our expectations unrealistic? And this is gonna vary from person to person because we all have different expectations of what we want in our ideal partner. And due to all of our expectations and all of these options, no one really wants to commit to one person in fear that they're going to miss out on a better person. But here's the thing, there's always going to be a better person out there. There's always going to be a person who has more money, looks more attractive, is more fit, more active than the person who you are with. And you just have to have a conversation with yourself and be honest and just understand that no matter who you pick, there's always going to be a better woman or a better man out there. And if you're constantly looking for a better, then you're going to be looking for a very, very long time. And the thing is that I don't want to ever tell anyone to lower their expectations and settle, because we were not born on this earth to settle. And there's definitely a difference between being realistic and settling. You can be realistic and still hold high standards for your ideal partner, and that's what you want to aim to do. You don't want to change your standards completely, because then you could possibly end up settling. But it's a complicated topic, but I just feel like it's very important to at least acknowledge that you're not going to see all of these IG models and IG guys in real life all the time. Well, depending where you live. And that's a pill that I'm trying to swallow, but that pill is not going down. Anyways, I just want to clarify that I'm not telling anyone to lower your expectations, because you should not be doing that. But just analyze how often you're coming across these like picture perfect models in real life who have everything together. So overall, the paradox of choice is a blessing and a curse. While it is empowering to have a lot of options, it's also very important to strike a balance. And even if they don't fit an idealized mold initially, who knows, you guys might end up working out in the future. But before we close up this video, I just want to say that dating should be fun. You should not be stressed out every day. You should not be crying every other day. that is not what dating is all about. It's an opportunity to meet new people, share new experiences, and overall just have a good time. And if you're not having fun, then it's time to move on or just maybe take a break from dating. Overall, back to my initial point that the dating scene is trash. It is trash though, and it really should not be this trash. It is what it is, and I think there's ways that you can maneuver it to try to preserve your mental health. Also, if you have any outrageous dating stories, please leave them in the comments below. I would love to read them. I think we all would love to read them, you know, get a good laugh out of it. But anyways, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. We will continue this conversation in the comments below. But thank you for watching. Bye.